Hello, good morning. We are going to discuss about probability sampling or random sampling. Random sampling method. This method refers to a method in which every item in the universe has an equal chance of being selected. It is also known as probability sampling or representative sampling. And there is no room for discrimination in random sampling. Another definition for probability sampling method. Probability sampling is a type of sampling in which all the members of an entire population have a chance of being selected. This is also called as scientific sampling and is commonly used in quantitative research. There are types of random sampling or probability sampling: simple random sampling, systematic random sampling, stratified random sampling, and cluster sampling. In simple random sampling, it is a method of choosing samples in which all the members of the population are given an equal chance of being selected. It is an unbiased way of selection, as samples are drawn by chance. There are various ways of obtaining samples through simple random sampling, according to Trizzi and Trizzi 1986. These include the relay wheel, fishbowl method, and the use of table of random numbers. So we have our example. Observe the following steps using the fishbowl method. The sampling frame, or a list of all the subjects or elements of the population in question, should be prepared. All the names of the subject or element should be written down on strips of paper, one name per strip of paper. The strips of paper with the listed names are then placed in a bowl or container, and the last samples can be drawn as desired. Next is the systematic random sampling, a method of selecting every element of a population, every fifth, eighth, ninth, or 11th element until the desired sample size is reached. Example: if you want to have a sample of 150, you may select a set of numbers like 1 to 15, and out of a list of 1,500 students, take every 15th name on the list until you complete the total number of respondents to constitute your sample. Next is the stratified random sampling, a method where the population is divided into different strata, and then the sampling follows. Age, gender, and educational qualifications are some possible criteria used to divide a population into strata. Example: a researcher will study the common effects of smoking on high school students. The researcher decides to select equal number of students from the freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior levels. The last is cluster sampling. It is used in a large-scale studies. Clusters are representative samples of the population as a whole. After the clusters are established, a simple random sample of the clusters is drawn, and the members of the chosen clusters are sampled. Sampling procedures are difficult and time-consuming. Example: a researcher wants to interview 100 teachers across the country. It will be difficult and expensive on their part to have respondents in 100 different cities or provinces. Cluster sampling is helpful for the researcher who randomly selects the region, first cluster, then selects the school, second cluster, and then the number of teachers. So I'd like to recognize the DepEd Module Masbate City Division headed by Jeanette M. Romlon. So that is our reference for today. Thank you. So let's have next lecture next day.